Come to all fours on your mat, and we're going to start with the cat-cow series. Inhale as you arch your back, bringing your gaze and your tailbone up toward the ceiling and your belly down toward the mat. Exhale as you round your spine and pull your belly button up toward your spine, hollowing out your belly. Continue this pattern, working with your own breath at your own pace, inhaling as you arch and exhaling as you round, bringing movement to the spine and getting ready to warm up the body. Now take a few bird dogs, inhaling as you extend the opposite arm and opposite leg, and exhaling as you pull your knee and your elbow toward one another, taking care to keep your hips level and not allowing your upper body to twist. Remember to focus on the breath and repeat this on the opposite side about 5 times or 5 breaths. Inhaling as you extend and exhaling as you round the spine and pull the knee and the elbow together. Now come back into child's pose, pressing your hips back toward your heels, reaching your fingertips forward, or you might make a little pillow out of your stacked fists and rest your forehead here. Just taking a few breaths as you reach your hips towards your heels. If they don't reach, it's okay. Just feeling the stretch in the low back. And now extend your fingertips forward and walk them over to one side of your mat. And at the same time, drop your hips toward the opposite side, bringing length to one side of the body, stretching out from the fingertips all the way down to the hip, really stretching through the lats, and remembering to breathe as you come to the opposite side and take the same stretch, finding space through the extended side of the body. And as you're done, come back up to all fours and bring yourself all the way down to your belly with your hands by your sides, your elbows at right angles, right in close to your ribs. And inhale as you peel your chest up off the floor, finding length and space through the front of the chest. Bringing movement to the low back, pressing the hips toward the floor, remembering to breathe, keeping the chest up, and now lower down. And this time, extend the hands out by your sides and the feet behind you. Inhale as you peel the chest up off the floor and lift the shins and knees up off the floor, using the entire back of the body to lift yourself and creating space in the front of your body, squeezing the scapula together. Now we're going to stretch out the quads and hip flexors a little. Bring one foot up. If you can't grab your foot, grab for your ankle. If you can't reach, just bend the leg at a 90-degree angle, stretching out the quads and the hip flexors, the entire front of the leg. Again, making sure you're breathing and trying to keep the knees close to one another so you're not pulling your leg out toward the side. And repeat on the other side. Again, it's not about how far you can bring your foot or your leg. It's about feeling the stretch, coming to the edge of your comfort and breathing into that stretch, imagining creating space as you breathe. And when you feel even on both sides, you can release the hold on your ankle or your shin, or just bring the leg down to wherever, back to the mat. Inhale as you peel the chest up, coming back into child's pose for a moment, and then you're going to swing the legs out in front, coming down into a lying position. You're going to hug one knee up toward your chest. Keep the other leg extended out. And just hug that knee in. Imagine pulling it up toward your chest, feeling the stretch in the low back. And now swing that knee gently back and forth, bringing some movement into the hip. And now you're going to bring it all the way over, coming into a twist. Find a comfortable position for your arms. You might rest one hand on your knee. You can extend the other arm out at a 90-degree angle, or you can keep it parallel to your body beside you on the mat. As you inhale, imagine lengthening from the crown of your head down to your tailbone. And as you exhale, imagine deepening just slightly into that twist. Don't mind the cat in the picture. And now repeat this on the other side, hugging the leg into the chest. And you're going to move that hip back and forth a few times before you bring it all the way over, coming into that twist on the opposite side. Again, you can bring one hand to the knee. If it feels better, you can put a pillow under that knee for some extra support if it doesn't come all the way down to the floor. The important thing is that you remember to breathe. As you inhale, find length from crown to spine. And as you exhale, imagine moving just slightly deeper into that twist. And coming back to center, extending both legs, arms overhead, taking a full body stretch here. Feeling any new space that's been created. Now bring the feet flat to the floor. Knees bent toward the ceiling. And you're just going to windshield wiper those knees back and forth. Inhaling as you come through center and exhaling as you drop your knees to either side. Moving gently only to the edge of your own mobility. And as you get to one side, take one heel, one foot, and just gently place it on top of the opposite knee. Just coming into another type of revolved twist. Stretching out, again, that low back and the glute medius. This may feel a little tight. If it does, again, only come to the edge of your mobility. If anything causes pain, just back off. Take a few more windshield wiper rounds here, gently allowing the knees to fall back and forth. And now you're going to cross the opposite foot over the knee. Just breathe here for a minute. Imagine sending the breath down into that hip, into the low back. Just allow your body to find space rather than trying to force it into any particular position. Always remembering to breathe. Your body follows your breath, and your breath allows you to find space. Extend the legs once more. Now hug both knees up into the chest and rock back and forth a little if that feels good. Maybe make some circles with the ankles. Ankle mobility is very important for doing any kind of squat or press. We forget how important ankle mobility is for leg movements. I'm not doing any ankle circles in this video at this moment. Oh, there we go. But very important. Always work on those ankle mobility as part of your leg warm up and leg mobility. Extending legs once more. And we're going to take a figure 4 stretch here. So bend one knee and then cross the opposite ankle over that knee. You can stay right here and feel the stretch right here. You might gently press that bent knee away from you to get just a little deeper stretch. If you're very flexible, if you want to bring that foot up off the floor and bring that knee a little bit in closer to your body, you can see what that feels like. But again, never force any pose onto your body just to get it into a particular shape. You want to be more concerned with how the stretch feels in your body at this time. All right, extend that leg now, and you're going to do this on the opposite side, crossing the ankle over the bent knee. And again, you can keep that foot right on the floor and keep the stretch here. If you're particularly flexible, you can bring that foot up off the mat. You can reach through and grab the back of your thigh and pull that leg in closer if you have that much mobility. It's totally normal for one side to be much more flexible and one side to be much more tight. So just notice, something to be aware of. All right, opening up the chest and the hips and the quads, coming into a bridge, pressing the feet into the floor, arms into the floor. Imagine tucking your chin toward your chest and looking down the front of your body here. If you're very flexible and want more opening through the chest, you can clasp your hands together under your body. But if it's enough to just keep your arms on the mat, parallel to your body, pressed into the mat, definitely do that. The most important thing is that you remember to breathe. You can hold this as a static stretch, or you can do some bridge poses, some hip bridges, and take the movement up and down a few times. Hug the knees into the chest, rock back and forth. Feel free to pause this and do any extra stretching that you want. We're just going to do a seated twist here. So one leg bent, one leg extended. Just hug the knee, keeping your upper body nice and straight, long line from crown to tailbone. And you're going to twist, making sure that you are breathing, finding length as you inhale, deepening into the twist as you exhale. And just noticing if anything feels like it's opened a bit, or maybe it hasn't. You're just noticing, no judging, just noticing how everything's feeling. Same twist, same movement on the opposite side. Keeping that spine as straight as you can. Imagine a long line being drawn from the crown of your head all the way down to your tailbone. As you inhale, imagine finding length from crown to tailbone. As you exhale, move deeper into the twist. Now we're going to come up into a low lunge. You might grab a set of dumbbells and have them nearby, or yoga blocks. We're going to start with our hands overhead, just taking a full body stretch, really pressing that top of that back foot into the floor. And now starting to find a little movement here, moving back and forth, starting to warm up the hamstring of the front leg, stretching out the hip flexor of the back leg. And you can grab those weights or those yoga blocks. Use them to bring the floor closer to you. And just find a little movement here. Inhaling as you come up tall and exhaling as you bring your nose over your toes or toward your toes. Never forcing. You don't have to lock that front knee. Just allow it to bend to the edge of your mobility. And once you are balanced and you feel like you've gotten enough movement and stretch on that side, you can switch and try to give that opposite side the same amount of time and movement. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you bend forward. Bringing the toes up toward the ceiling when you extend the front leg. Trying to find some space in that hamstring. And at the same time, press that back foot really into the mat and notice how the hip flexor opens up, how the quad opens up. Getting the body open, getting the muscles warm and ready to move and ready to work. I'm just going to take a few squats here. Again, if you can't extend your knees all the way, just extend them to where you can. If you want to put your hands on some yoga blocks or a dumbbell here, you can. You might not come all the way down into a squat, but do the best you can and really try to get some movement in those hips. Every little bit helps. If you do this consistently, you will start to open things up and get more movement. So keep doing it. Back to all fours. Just a little torso mobility, opening up that thoracic area. If you have bad shoulders, you can just keep one hand on your shoulder rather than extending your entire arm. Just inhaling as you open your chest toward the ceiling. And thank you.